Alright. So question number 138 is a question of theory of equation. The question given is x cube plus ax plus a equal to 0 has roots, these three roots alpha, beta, gamma. Also, this expression is given and we need to find out the value of a. So how to do this? Clearly from this equation it is clear that alpha plus beta plus gamma is equal to 0. Sum of root is 0 because coefficient of x square is 0. Also, sum of roots taken 2 at a time would be minus plus yani plus a, and product of the roots would be alpha beta gamma, that would be equal to minus a. Now if we solve or simplify this equation given, we can find by taking the LCM that alpha cube into gamma plus beta cube into alpha plus gamma cube into beta over alpha beta gamma is given to be equal to minus a. Now how to simplify this? Clearly because alpha is the root of this equation, we can say that x cube is always equal to minus a times x plus 1. Hence alpha cube can be written as minus a times alpha plus 1. In the similar manner, we can write this as alpha cube, that is minus a times alpha plus 1 into gamma, plus beta cube would be minus a times beta plus 1 into alpha, plus gamma cube minus a times gamma plus 1 into beta over alpha beta gamma, which is nothing but minus a, which got cancelled out, is equal to given to be minus 8. Now carefully observing this expression, alpha into gamma plus beta into alpha plus gamma into beta is nothing but sum of roots taken 2 at a time, sigma alpha beta, and plus gamma plus alpha plus beta is nothing but sum of roots taken 1 at a time is given to be minus 8. Clearly we know that sum of roots taken 2 at a time is a plus sum of roots is 0 is equal to minus 8. This gives you a is equal to minus 8 and this is our answer. Hence answer would be a, and this is the right answer. Thank you so much. So question number 139 is of topic ellipse, in which an equation of tangent to the ellipse is given and we need to find the relation between m and n. So how to do that? Clearly, if x square by a square plus y square by b square equal to 1 would have been the equation of ellipse, in that case the equation of tangent is y equal to mx plus minus under root of a square m square plus b square, that we already know. For the given ellipse, a square is equal to 4 and b square is equal to 1. That too we can clearly see that. Now from this equation, if we transform it into the form of y equal to mx plus c, we can clearly see that y is equal to n plus minus n upon 2m times x. That means that this is the value of slope and this is the value of constant. Now comparing these two equations, we can clearly see that a square m square plus b square, which in this case would be a square is 4, m square the slope of the tangent n square upon 4m square plus b square, which is 1, should be equal to m square c square, which is n square. So from here 4 got cancelled out and we can clearly see that m square is equal to n square over n square minus 1. We got the relation between m and n and this is the correct answer, as answer would be A. This is question number 140, in which f of t is given and we need to find out at which point fx has local maxima and which point fx has local minima. So how to do that? To find out the point of local maxima and minima, we need to find the f dash x or f dash t. So from using the Leibniz theorem, f dash t would be equal to what? We would just put the upper limit and derivative of that minus lower limit and derivative of 1 would be 0. Hence f dash t would be equal to what? 2 times t minus 4 t minus 5 whole cube plus 3 times t minus 4 into t minus 5 whole square minus 0, because derivative of 1 would be 0. So clearly this is the expression of f dash t. To simplify this, it is very clear that t minus 4 into t minus 5 whole square is getting common of this expression. So t minus 4 into t minus 5 whole square common, and inside the bracket we get 2t minus 10 plus 3t minus 12. So this is f dash t. Upon simplifying this, we get f dash t is equal to t minus 4 t minus 5 whole square and this would be 5t minus 22. Now clearly t minus 5 whole square is always greater than equal to 0, so this would not change the sign of f dash t. We need to find at which point f dash t is changing its sign from negative to positive and positive to negative. So let's make the number line. This point is t equal to 4 and this point is 22 by 5. Clearly at the values greater than 22 by 5, this expression would always be positive. So plus in between 4 to 22 by 5, f dash t would be negative, and before that, before x t equal to 4, f dash t would again be positive. So clearly the sign of f dash t is varying. First the function is increasing, after that function is decreasing up till 22 by 5, and after that again function is increasing. This clearly explains that x is equal to 4 is point of what? It is clearly the point of local maxima, and in the similar manner we can conclude that x is equal to 22.5 is point of what? It would be clearly point of local minima, and this is our final answer. Hence the answer clearly would be A, no doubt about that. Thank you so much. Alright, so this is question number 141, which is from the topic parabola. It says that this parabola y square equal to 8x, which graph of which would be something like this. Clearly its focus is 2, 0, y is equal to 4 into 2 into x, 2, 0 is the focus, and it is given that this line 2x minus a plus cy equal to 0 passes through or cuts this curve at 2 points. Let's suppose these 2 points are p 2t1 square, 4t1, and another is q, which is 2t2 square, 4t2. Now if we carefully observe this particular line, it always passes through the point a, 0. That means this line cuts the x-axis at, let's suppose, a point r, which is a, 0. Now we need to find out that if a varies from 2 to 4, then what would be the interval of t1 into t2? Right. How to find that? Clearly, if these 3 points lie on the same line, these are collinear, and hence slope of segment PR would be same as that of slope of segment RQ. And how to find the slope? We already know, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. That means 4t1 minus 0 over 2t1 square minus a. And this should also be equal to the slope of this segment, which is y2 minus y1. That means 0 minus 4t2 over x2 minus x1. That means a minus 2t2 square. Clearly 4 got cancelled out with 4, and if we cross multiply this expression, we get the value that at1 minus 2t1 t2 square plus 2t1 square t2, and then again minus at2 is equal to 0. Now if we simplify this expression and we take a common from these two terms and 2t1 t2 from these two terms, clearly a times t1 minus t2 plus 2t1 t2 again t1 minus t2 is equal to 0. Now this equation gets factorized into t1 minus t2 into a plus t1 t2, a plus 2t1 t2 clearly is equal to 0. Now this equation gives you two results. One would be t1 is equal to t2, which would be rejected because it is given in the question that t1 and t2 are two separate parameters. Now the second result clearly is t1 t2 is equal to minus a by 2, and this result is leading us towards the answer. How come? Now because a is given to be lying in the interval 2 to 4, and hence t1 t2 must lie in the interval half that of a and negative. So half that would be 1 to 2 and negative of that would be minus 2 to minus 1, which leads to our answer, which is answer number A, and hence we come to the conclusion that answer would be A. Thank you so much. So in question number 142, it is given that firstly we have a curve of y equal to e ki power x, of which we already know the graph of y equal to e ki power x, which would be clearly something like this. This would be the point 0, 1. Now it is given that for this graph, a tangent is drawn from point 1, 0. So let's suppose this is the point P, 1, 0, from which we draw a tangent, which would be something like this. This is the tangent drawn from 1, 0. Let's suppose this touches the curve Q, x1 e raised to power x1, right? Now if this is the tangent, then let's write the equation of tangent. Equation of tangent, we need to find the slope, and slope is, if y is equal to e raised to power x, then slope would be what? Dy by dx at x is equal to x1 would be slope, yani derivative e raised to power x at x is equal to x1, which would be e raised to power x1. So equation of tangent would be what? Y minus y1, that is e raised to power x1, is equal to m, slope, e raised to power x1 into x minus x1. So this is the equation of tangent at any point x1 comma e raised to power x1. It is given in the question that this tangent passes through point 1, 0. So let's put x is equal to 1 and y equal to 0 in this equation. So we get what? 0 minus e raised to power x1 is equal to e raised to power x1 into 1 minus x1. Clearly e raised to power x1 got cancelled out, and from here we get the value of x1 that comes out to be equal to 2. So clearly the point Q is nothing but 2 comma e square. Now we got the value of point Q. Now we need to find the area of this tangent made with the coordinate axis. So let's extend this tangent and let's say this cuts this y-axis at point R. So how to find point R from here? We got the equation that y minus x1 was 2. So y minus e square is equal to e square times x minus x1 is 2. This is the equation of tangent. At what point it cuts y-axis? When x coordinate would be 0. So let's put x equal to 0 over here, and hence we get the value of y as minus of e square. If we put x is equal to 0, y is this. So clearly the coordinate of point R is what? 0 comma minus e square. Now what we need to find is this area. This is the x-axis, this is the y-axis, this is the tangent. We need to find this particular area, which is nothing but area of a simple right angle triangle, which would be 1 by 2 the base length, that is 1, into the height, that would be e square. Hence answer would be e square by 2, which is nothing but option number C. Hence this would be a right answer. Thank you so much.